Hey, what is up? My name is Catherine, and today we are watching Season 2, Episode 2 of Euphoria. This episode is called Out of Touch. If you haven't already watched my reaction to Season 2, Episode 1 of Euphoria, you should check that out first. Or not, I can't tell you what to do. If you're new here, I would love to have you subscribe, and let's get started.
Nate Jacobs was in love. But it was complicated.
I didn't know what to expect from this season, but Nate Jacobs thinking that he's in love with Cassie Howard is not what I expected from this season.
What was it about Cassie Howard that allowed Nate to fully surrender himself?
Hello. You? They just like you.
This is so beautifully lit.
He could imagine spending life with her. Nate began to wonder if he had brain damage.
Listen, Cassie's beautiful, sweet little princess. But if you think you're in love with her right now, you do have brain damage, Nate. I just watched all of Season 1, and I honestly can't remember if these two even had one conversation in Season 1. There's nothing there, it's just eye contact and vibes.
Sometimes he just wished that his dad would drop dead of a heart attack.
There is not a person whose mind I would less like to be inside of than Nate Jacobs. And yet, here we are.
And I finally had everything I'd ever wished for.
I didn't know you were such a romantic group.
These two girls have no business being in a relationship with each other right now.
Oh, fuck. I completely forgot he goes to our school.
Sorry, introductions are usually very overwhelming and debilitating for me.
So how do you know Elliot?
We met on New Year's.
Oh shit, yeah.
How does Jules actually believe that she's sober right now?
You can take my chair. I'm gonna get a drink.
I sort of spent the last few days hanging out with Elliot, and we bought a bunch of drugs.
I'm extremely disappointed in you.
Was it just me, or was that super awkward?
That was awkward.
That was painful.
Since winter formal, Cassie had gone through a low-grade depression.
Bitch, me too!
Because you love to be loved. How do I fix that? I don't know, when you want to say yes, you just say no.
Would you like a ride to this party? You want to go to the bathroom? You able to do this and not tell anybody?
She never would have said yes if Maddie and Nate were still together.
The thing is, these kids have broken up and gotten back together so many times. How can you even take it seriously that they're not together? Always and forever.
Always and forever indeed.
She liked the kids she babysat for, but what she loved the most was
Material girl. Such a mood. The thing is, okay, would it even be that big of a deal? Unless she was explicitly told not to go in their room. Of course a teenage girl is gonna go nuts over that closet. Also, get dressed first, put away clothes second. Also, why weren't you putting away the clothes as you went along instead of just throwing everything around the room like you're getting ready to go out with the girls?
Maddie? Can you come here for a second?
Sure.
Can you help me with this zipper? I don't know where my husband is. Thank you for being so sweet.
I'm sensing vibes. Maddie X MILF money. I can get down with it.
Remember when I got pregnant?
I feel like I did a makeup look exactly like that forever ago.
We're twins!
Yeah, Kat, stop flaunting your healthy, non-abusive, wonderful relationship. It's actually triggering.
God, she looks amazing. It's giving Season 1 Vampire Diaries fog.
Ethan? He was the love of my life.
May the fuck go on.
The way she's out here fantasizing about her man's getting killed so that she can get railed by fictional men is absolutely giving comp het. The thing is, I also definitely caught a vibe with her and Jules at the New Year's Eve party.
I have a hard time believing you don't know who did this to you.
Yeah, just leave it alone.
Well, I'm not going to.
Would the police just not already be investigating that on their own?
I just have a hard time believing it was unprovoked.
That's such a savage thing to say about your kid.
as soon as Nate had been released from the hospital, he wished he was back in the hospital.
Nate, I'm legit going crazy right now. You can't do this to me.
How'd they both get so attached to each other out of nothing? No real conversation, nothing in common. just driving around in that little truck and vibing. It's literally just because it's forbidden. Like, that's probably the only reason they're both so into it. And it's like not even actually forbidden. They've just decided that it's forbidden because
Maddie finds out, she's gonna spend the rest of her life trying to kill me.
I know.
But she'll actually kill you.
I am once again asking, where are the adults at this school?
But I never thought that Jules was like clingy or jealous, so I didn't think it'd be a big deal.
It is a big deal. Why?
Like, they just should not be together right now. It's not great for either of them.
Because I can tell you have a crush on him.
I do not have a fucking crush on him.
Then why else would you forget meeting him?
I don't know, Jules. What else could Ruby trying to keep from you?
What are you doing in my house? What are you doing in my house?
I want waffle.
Meanwhile, Fezco had a new house guest.
I was not expecting her to stick around. She should have been played by Mariah Carey. I know Lexi's gonna have a storyline this season. A great storyline, because her outfits have been giving.
You heard him. He was going to call the police. No, he wasn't. He was bluffing, and you fell for it because you're a fucking idiot. Why do you even care? Because you just ruined someone's life. Fezco almost killed Nate. That was his decision.
This is my decision.
It's rough in here, in my little brain. It's giving.
How could Fezco be so kind to her and so violent towards Nate?
Honestly, like, Lexi is so sweet. I'm surprised that just didn't immediately make her be like,
no, I'm not touching that man with a 10-foot pole.
Because what? That is terrifying.
Rue, you really need to get help.
I love how she's just always serving Spencer Hastings' core.
Something happened to Rue, but I think she overdosed.
It hurts. It hurts.
A couple of days after Cal came over, she decided to say something.
I love how kids never wear helmets when they're biking around on TV shows. Nah, because this man is the only man scarier than Nate Jacobs. The devil apple doesn't fall far from the devil tree.
So I went to Elliot's for a bit.
What's a bigger feeling than love?
Loss. As soon as I saw her, I was just immediately afraid to lose her.
How does Jules not know that you're doing drugs?
No, that's a sensational question. Because there has to be some part of her that knows. She's just in denial about it, because it's not like she's doing a good job at hiding it.
Kat was depressed because she couldn't figure out why she didn't love Ethan.
Because you're 16 and you've known him for 3 months. Giving compet. I'm about to re-enter my goldfish era just because of this shot.
The problem with hating yourself is you can't really talk about it. Because at some point recently, the whole world joined a self-help cult and won't shut the fuck up about it.
Kat, you just have to love yourself.
But that's what I'm trying to tell you. I fucking hate myself. I care about society. I feel like shit. Love yourself. Love yourself.
Nothing. Just depressed in the bath, bowling.
What the fuck?
I love how Rue just, like, is omniscient. Fuck me. Just eye contact and vibes.
That's suspicious. That's weird.
I see you're still on your suicide mission.
Let go. Let God.
Where are we going?
I hope to God he's not taking her bowling. Like, am I the only one who finds smoke absolutely mesmerizing? That is beautiful. A Maddie-Jules friendship is also just not something that I ever anticipated happening. Like, did she really just invite all of her friends to crash this date? No explanation or anything. Oh, him rolling up to his dad's housing development. Like, why do I feel like he's about to say some stupid shit like,
hey Cassie, look at these houses. One day we're gonna buy one of these houses and live in one together and have a beautiful family because I love you so much.
We can't see each other.
why did he drive her all the way out there just to say that? You couldn't have done that parked on her street.
Lexi Howard, how you doing?
She's so excited to see him.
Hello.
Oh, she's jealous.
Are you guys?
Ooh.
What brings you out here anyway?
He's so nervous.
Cassie!
That's just not a safe place to be running around. Come on.
She tell you who I am?
I would very much like to be excluded from this narrative.
We go to war like a brother.
So true, bestie.
You know, it's kind of depressing. What? I'll never find that kind of love.
I feel like the last time we saw them, it was at the winter formal, and the vibes between them were really weird because Maddie had just watched the tape. Oh, you know what I think is it's gonna like come down to is like Maddie threatening to release the tape, but then she's really good friends with Jules now and she can't do that to Jules.
How about you let me be right home?
I'm okay. I got my bike.
Yeah. I'm not sure you should be behind the handlebars right now.
Yeah, no shit, honey!
You scared I'm gonna tell your mama you're still doing drugs, huh? Oh, the anxiety you must have.
They look so cute.
I think I'm gonna get back together with Nate.
It's the way that multiple of Maddie's friends have now had things with Nate and she has no idea.
I wish you could see yourself the way the rest of the world does.
Sweet, sweet baby. She's such a cutie.
But she's doing well, right?
She's got a long way to go. But so did I at her age.
Is Rue in actual therapy or does she just go to Narcotics Anonymous?
You want to tell me why some punk drug dealer beat you up?
You remember that classmate of mine that you fucked? Jules?
Well, if it isn't the consequences of my own actions.
They keep threatening to go down to the police station and say that you like to fuck little kids. So maybe I was sticking up for you.
The thing is, there had to be some part of him that knew too. I mean, I don't know. It would have been really dumb of him to just pull a gun on Fez and like broad, not daylight, but like in front of two people like that. But he knows he has a lot of stuff on him and he doesn't want police anywhere near him either.
Well, what she didn't know is that you were filming her.
Do you have it, Nate?
Yeah, I fucking did it.
All right, y'all, we are a quarter of the way into season 2 of Euphoria, and I have thoughts if you want to hear them. So it definitely feels to me like there's this sort of different tone in this season versus the first season, in the sense that this season feels quieter, and not in a bad way, just in a more suspenseful way. Like right now, it feels to me like they're gonna let the tension of all of these conflicts build up to the most uncomfortable point possible before they finally let them explode, versus I feel like the first season had a lot of like action, like very in your face about it. But I mean, I don't know for sure, obviously, because we did get Fez smacking the heck out of Nate in the last episode, and I mean, there was just a lot going on in the last episode. This felt like it was more of like a set up and like have you like holding your breath kind of episode. I'm so glad that Cal's indiscretions are now coming up as a plot point. It finally feels like there's a chance of some real consequence for him. I think we're in this really interesting situation right now where Maddie has the tape and Maddie has seen the tape of Cal with Jules, and Nate is playing with fire, sleeping around with Maddie's best friend. It could go one of two ways. Either Maddie is going to release the tape as a way to hurt Nate and completely implode her friendship with Jules, or Maddie could want to release the tape to mess with Nate, but would not, because she is finally friends with Jules, like real good friends with Jules, and she doesn't want to hurt her friend like that, / she could even possibly hand the tape over to Jules because Jules doesn't know that the tape exists. And I think all of the ways that could play out would be very interesting. We have some new kids on the block. We have this Faye character and we have Elliot. I'm trying to think of who we're missing. It kind of feels like maybe they're phasing out McKay, because I can't really see McKay being relevant to the plot without Cassie. I mean, he's a grown adult in college, and they're all high schoolers, so unless he's tied to that one high schooler specifically, it doesn't really make sense for him to be there. We haven't seen Gia yet in season 2, have we? I hope they're not phasing out Gia, because I really like Gia. So far, it definitely feels darker and feels heavier. Not that the first season was lighthearted, but the first season definitely had lighthearted moments. And it seems like this has been pretty much heavy emotion the entire time. We have Fez and Lexi on the radar, which, listen, I'm glad we're getting some plot action with Lexi. That is not good for her at all, because here's the thing, Fezco is a really sweet guy at heart. Like, we have seen over and over again, like, he's done bad things because he was put into these situations pretty much. But because of who he is and the life he lives, there is no way for Lexi to get involved with him without her getting dragged down into the darkness. So it is kind of interesting now that she has these seemingly really strong feelings for Fezco. And I almost wonder if it is like kind of the same appeal with Cassie and Nate, where it's just like forbidden. So that's what the appeal is for her, because she's such a good girl. I almost feel like Cassie is with Nate even as sort of a way of punishing herself, because she clearly has a lot of feelings about ending her relationship with McKay and the abortion that she had last season. And she knows that Nate is a bad guy. She's seen him with her best friend for God knows how long those two were dating. And maybe there's some part of her that knows that, like, the worst thing that I could do for myself is be with this man. Would love to hear your thoughts on the season so far, what you think is going to happen, what you're excited to see in the season. Leave me a little comment down below. Feel free to check out some of my other videos as well. Thank you so much for hanging out with me today, and hopefully I will see you in my next video. Bye!